Operation Food Search is a hunger relief organization that provides food and nutrition education while also working to reduce food insecurity and childhood hunger. Brian Wieher is Director of Child and Family Nutrition at Operation Food Search and here to tell us about the Summer Meals Program. And I want to start things off by saying this is really important. We need to just put that out there. This is very important what we're about to talk about because I believe you told me off camera, 1 in 5 children are suffering from food insecurity and don't have enough food even as we sit here right now. Is that correct? Even as we sit here right now, correct. Mm-hmm. And in the summertime with this program, when it kicks in, the reason it establishes around the summertime is that a lot of the students and children that we work with are offered breakfast and lunch at school. So summertime happens and we all get out of school and it's supposed to be a great time and everyone's happy. But a lot of the children in our region, it becomes a problem. It becomes a burden on their family. The family now has to increase their food budget because they're not offered breakfast and lunch at school. They may during summer school for a short time, but maybe not for the entire summer through June, July, and part of August, so it goes on. And so we try to step in and we're partnering with as many locations as we can, partnering organizations, and bring food into the community to help offset that burden. And you've done this in an interesting way because there's stationary locations that families can go to, kids can go to, and then you also have a mobile program. So let's kind of get into the details because I'm sure that someone who's going to see this, if it's not for themselves, they will know someone that does not know where the next meal is going to come from, or if it does, it's going to break the bank for the summer. Right. So let's kind of cover that. Let's maybe focus first on the stationary locations. Okay. The stationary locations that we have about 40 of them. And what that means is it's a building, it's a place. So we qualify the building, we qualify the place based on the USDA federal guidelines. And so if that address that we can post, and they're on our website, and you'll see those in a bit, that if that building is established as a summer meals location, any child, teen, anyone underneath 18 years old, up to 18 years old, can go there and receive a meal for free. So we don't ask the people's names, we don't ask socioeconomical data, we don't ask their address, we don't ask their parents' name, nothing. It's all completely anonymous. We just want people to come in and partake in whatever's going on in that building. So if we're at a library, we partner with the St. Louis Public Library System, St. Louis County Library System, and the St. Charles Library System. And so if those buildings are open at whatever time they serve lunch, let's say it's from 12 to 1. Some of them are different. That way you can just go in there and bring your family in and get something to eat. Okay, so that's the locations, and I think that's an important point to point out that you can just walk in. You don't have to show ID. You don't have to prove where you live. There's nothing like that. You can just go in if you're 18 or under 18, as you mentioned. And then talk about the mobile program, the mobile service. The mobile program, we designed that a few years back in order to work on the communities and the places where kids don't have access to these things. So you may not have an easy access to a county or public library that they're seemingly everywhere, but you might not be able to get there because there's not one in your direct neighborhood, or you have to cross 270 or 70, to get there, and you're just not going to do that. Especially if you're a 10-year-old being watched by your older siblings, maybe 16, 17, 18-year-old, you're not going to walk across that. So what the mobile program is we designed that to go into the community itself. Okay. We go right into the apartment complexes. Or wherever it may be with the address, and that way we pop up a summer camp at 18 different stops every day with our 3 food trucks. All right, so that's 60 locations, and we've got the information there for you on the screen. You've covered the stationary locations as well as the mobile locations. This is now through August 9th, and as Brian mentioned, this is really for kids in all these locations. You can come to this, and without any ID, if you just are in need of a meal, you can get it. The information is there on the screen. We're going to talk more about this because there's some new features to this program this year, so stay with us. We're going to have more at STL Live right here.